Have you ever felt a chill run down your spine for no reason? A sudden creeping feeling that you're not alone, even when a room is empty? Tonight, I'm going to take you to a place where that feeling never leaves. A place where the walls themselves seem to hold on to the echoes of forgotten screams. Welcome to the abandoned Blackwood Asylum. Blackwood wasn't always a place of nightmares. It opened in the late 1800s with the promise of being a sanctuary, a place of healing for troubled minds. But as the years passed, overcrowding and underfunding turned that promise into a lie. Whispers of cruel treatments and desperate patients began to seep through the cracks, staining the asylum's reputation long before its doors were finally bolted shut in the 1970s. Now, it stands as a skeletal ruin, a magnet for thrill seekers and paranormal investigators. And that's where our story begins, with a group of friends, Liam, Maya, and Chloe, who thought exploring Blackwood would be a fun, spooky adventure. They couldn't have been more wrong. Armed with flashlights and a camera, they slipped through a broken window just as dusk painted the sky in shades of bruised purple. The air inside was thick and cold, heavy with the smell of dust and decay. Their nervous laughter died in their throats as the heavy door slammed shut behind them, seemingly on its own. They were trapped. They ventured deeper, their flashlight beams dancing across peeling walls and rusted metal bed frames. That's when they heard it, a faint, rhythmic sound from the end of the long, dark hallway. It sounded like a leaky faucet, but there had been no running water in Blackwood for 50 years. Driven by a mix of fear and curiosity, Liam led the way towards the sound. It grew louder, echoing off the tiled walls of what looked like an old hydrotherapy room. The source wasn't a faucet. It was a single drop of dark liquid, falling from the ceiling onto the stained floor over and over again. As Maya pointed her camera at the ceiling, the dripping stopped. Silence. Then, a soft whisper seemed to curl around them, a single mournful word: cold. Panic began to set in. They turned to run, but the asylum seemed to be playing tricks on them. Hallways that were once straight now seemed to twist and turn. Doors they had just passed were now gone, replaced by solid brick walls. It felt like the building itself was alive, a predator toying with its prey. They found themselves in the children's ward. Rusty cribs lined the room, and a few faded, grimy toys were scattered on the floor. In the center of the room sat a single rocking horse. As they watched, frozen in terror, it began to rock. Slowly at first, then faster and more violently, as if an unseen child were riding it in a fit of rage. The sound of a child's laughter, high-pitched and unsettling, filled the room, coming from everywhere and nowhere at once. That was the breaking point. Chloe screamed, and they bolted, not caring where they were going, only that they needed to get out. They scrambled through corridors, the phantom laughter chasing them, the whispers growing louder, the cold seeping into their bones. Finally, they saw a sliver of moonlight through a boarded-up window. With a surge of adrenaline, Liam kicked at the rotting wood until it splintered, creating an opening just big enough to squeeze through. They tumbled out onto the overgrown lawn, gasping for air, their bodies covered in scratches and their minds scarred by what they had witnessed. They never looked back. Blackwood Asylum still stands, silent and dark on its lonely hill, waiting for its next visitors. Some places hold on to their history, and the memories within are not always peaceful. The voices of Blackwood are still there, whispering in the dark, forever cold. Thanks for joining me on this terrifying journey. If you enjoy stories that explore the dark and unexplained, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. Stay safe out there, and whatever you do, don't go looking for ghosts. You might just find them.